Nora is the person that restrained Ellie and forced her to watch the incredibly painful and brutal beating that ultimately led to Joel's death. And so Ellie is focused on trying to find Nora.
You think that Nora is going to be scared, and you think that Nora is going to beg, or that Nora is going to manipulate, but Nora doesn't do any of that. In fact, Nora finds this other thing inside of her. Nora thinks that Joel absolutely deserved what he got, and Nora is not going to go down without a fight here. So there's pride, and there's moral certainty.
I really love Stephen Williams. He opens the floor in blocking. It's just like, go for it. It's not prescriptive in any way. It's very much like led by instinct. It's a dialogue, and we're like finding it together.
When Neil and I were laying out season one of the questions we had was how to deal with the idea of spores. That underground, in certain spots, there was a discovery that spores were in the air. They hadn't gotten out. Let's just seal that off and pretend like it's not there. Denial, it's our favorite.
It looked incredible, like absolutely unbelievable, with all the colors and all the textures. The amount of detail, just insane.
What we're seeing are people that have been alive for years, decades.
He was struggling to breathe. I said, Leon, were you bit? He said, it's Amir. Seal us in.
A character has to make a very difficult choice, which is to seal her own son in order to protect the community. And we come back to similar choices that characters have made on this show. Do I save the person that's closest to me, that I love the most, or do I make the ultimate sacrifice of my own child to save the community? And here we get to see someone who made the opposite choice that Joel would have made.
They exist in this endless, tortured state where they breathe air in and they breathe spores out. If anybody else were down there, they, like Nora, would be infected. But Ellie is not like anyone else.
You're real.
She is discovering and acquainting herself with a dimension of her own character that probably has been latent, but that she has not allowed to come to the fore.
She just loses all sense of like logic and rationality and just has this single focus. She remembers her face and remembers that day in the ski lodge with Joel, and I think she's overpowered by her emotion and her anger. And she knows that this is wrong, and she's still choosing to engage.
We see the willpower that Ellie has that is similar to very few characters in the story that would be capable of something like this. We've seen Joel torture people to find out where Ellie is in season 1. We've seen what Isaac is capable of. And now we're seeing what Ellie is capable of.
And she tells Ellie what we have wondered about. Do you know what Joel did?
Don't you know what he did?
And Ellie says,
I know.
now when did she learn about that? And if she knew, why is she pursuing this the way she is?